So I know it's hard today. It's tough. The day after the Viking season has ended and what could have been 13-4, division champs, all that stuff. And in the moment, it's tough to be positive looking back on the season. But we put it out to you, the people, and we asked, was the 2022 Minnesota Vikings season a success? 6,100 Jeromes voted. 59% say yeah, 41% say nah. Now, I think that if you get like a month or two away from this and then you do the poll, I think it's probably 80-20 yeah. But again, I understand in the moment. But first off, we need to point out a lot of the national media jabroni haircuts and a lot of the Vikings fan base thought that this was a 6 or 7 win team. 6-11, 7-10. If everything goes right, maybe they go 8-9 or 9-8. Maybe they compete for a wild card spot. Yay. Yay. And then they go 13-4, 11-0 in one-score games, have some are involved in some of the wildest games in NFL history, and then all of a sudden, they go one and done in the playoffs, and they're seen as a failure. When those same people didn't even think that the Vikings would get to 8 wins. So, hey, if you move the goalposts any further, Greg Joseph might actually make a point after. So I don't know. I don't know if it's adjusting expectations or raising your level of expectations, but I will say that this season was a qualified success for a number of reasons. And first off, I know that we're gonna get the Packers fans and be like, "Oh, it's a success to lose in the wild card round." I'll hang up and listen. Great. Or the Ricky Bobby fans, like, every season you do not win a Super Bowl is a failure. You are a failure. Shut up. Shut your face. Talking about the Vikings going 8-9 last season, firing Zimmer, firing Rick Spielman, bringing in Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi. So you're telling me that it is an absolute abject failure for a first-year GM, a first-year head coach to improve the previous team's record by 5 wins and win the division? You're telling me that is an unmitigated disaster? That is just a complete Titanic of a football season? That's what you're saying. But walking through, Kevin O'Connell, Kwesi got on the job. They committed to Kirk Cousins. Kirk had the best season of his career, bar none. Tied an NFL record with 8. Ocho, fourth quarter come from behind wins, game-winning drives. They ruined Aaron Rodgers week 1. TJ Hawkinson was traded in division, and he's going to be a pillar of the Vikings offense for many years to come. Justin friggin' Jefferson had a magical season, highlighted by probably a top 2 catch in NFL history, and I don't know if it's 2, in the huge comeback against the Bills. And you had some good moments. Kirk Cousins getting it done in primetime, awesome. Primetime purple looking good, as well as the largest comeback in NFL history. Now, I know the haters and the losers are going to say, well, how'd you get down by 33 points to Jeff Saturday? Fully understand that. But, they could have lost. They could have not come back. All we need is 5 touchdowns. And then, of course, Greg Joseph, the 61-yarder, the first time around against the Giants. Plus, Christian Darrisaw has really emerged as one of the best young left tackles in the game. I think that he is going to be elite there. So there certainly is a lot of positives to take away from the season. And I do think that the Vikings overachieved. Maybe they ran a little bit hot and were a couple standard deviations above the mean in terms of positive variance, but it's okay. And the Vikings did all this by having just a dead-ass defense led by Donatel, and maybe it is time. It really is time for Kwesi and O'Connell to have some awkward conversations, wash out a number of longtime Vikings mainstays on defense, get young, fast, and physical on that side of the ball, get more aggressive, and we'll go from there. Because everyone's talking about how the Lions are going to be top dog in the division for many years to come. The Vikings are still going to be competitive. You got Jefferson, you got TJ, you got Darrisaw. They're not going anywhere. And on defense, they're going to tear it down and build it back up. So 13-4 was damn good for a competitive rebuild. And everyone's talking about the Lions. Everyone's talking about the Bears. No one's talking about the Packers. But the Vikings are going to be there as well. Again, who won the division this year? Who won 13 games? That's right. The damn Vikings did. In a competitive rebuild. So even though, yeah, it does suck today. It's probably going to suck the rest of the playoffs. It is what it is. The Vikings did the damn thing this year. Kevin O'Connell, I think, is going to be a phenomenal head coach. kind of has to be a little bit more assertive when it comes to making decisions on the other side of the ball on defense. But again, it is what it is. But I think that even the most dour and negative Vikings fan could say that this was a success. Because, first off, those negative Vikings fans picked the team to win 6-7 games. So now that they won 13, they're just like, oh, but they lost in the playoffs. You didn't even pick them to get to the playoffs. You didn't even pick them to win the division. It's a good building block season. And it's not going to be a full tear-down rebuild. It's going to be a reboot on defense. Offense is going to be one of the best in the NFL. And everything will just go from there. But your thoughts are thoughts. Was the 2022 Viking season a success? Question mark. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.